Hello, Alvin ISD geometry students. Today we're going to look at surface area of prisms and cylinders. Before we begin, what is a prism? Well, a prism is a three-dimensional object with two parallel bases. What is surface area? Surface area is the amount of space needed to cover a three-dimensional object. What is lateral surface area and how is it different from total surface area? Lateral surface area is the space that covers the lateral faces or sides of a 3D object. Remember, we're talking about the faces, not the bases. An example would be a car tire. So the lateral surface area of the car tire is the part that touches the ground. Here we're looking at different types of prisms. At the top, we have two hexagonal prisms. The first one is a right hexagonal prism. You'll notice that it's got the right angle. The other one is called an oblique prism. It's still the hexagon base, but it's just been hit a little bit, so it's kind of tilted. You'll notice that the right angle for this one is on the outside. At the bottom, we have two triangular prisms. It's actually the same triangular prism, just looking at it in two different ways. In the first one, you can see the shaded lateral surface area. And on this one, laid out, you can see the shaded lateral surface area. Lateral surface area of a prism. So we have a formula for the lateral surface area of a prism. It's L equals big P times H. Now remember, big P means perimeter of the base. So here in the diagram, they're showing the perimeter of the base as the pink traced triangle on the bottom. It could also be the top. They're just showing the pink area traced. And the height, H, is the height of the prism, or the distance between those two bases. Our first example, the length of each side of the base of a regular octagonal prism is 6 inches, and the height is 11 inches. Find the lateral area. Here we have an example of a diagram of our example. We can see the octagonal base with the length of each side. So here's one of the sides at 6 inches, and here's the height of the prism at 11 inches. To begin, the first thing we need to do is write our formula. So the lateral surface area is equal to the perimeter of the base times the height. So let's identify what we know. So we know to find the perimeter of this base, we're just going to add up all the sides. Or in this case, we know we have 8 sides that are 6 inches long, or 6 times 8, which gives us a perimeter of 48 inches. They also told us in the problem that the height of the prism was 11 inches. So we know that our H, or our height, is 11. So now we're just going to take those values and substitute them into our formula. So I have the lateral surface area is equal to 48 times 11. Or the lateral surface area is equal to 528 inches squared. Now we're going to look at surface area of a prism, or actually the total surface area of the prism. So if you'll recall what we just talked about, the lateral surface area was all the faces, but it wasn't the bases. So for a total surface area, all we really need to do is take the lateral surface area, L, and add on the bases. Or, if we would have to start from the beginning, our surface area is equal to the perimeter of the base times the height plus 2 times the area of the base. In this example, they want us to find the surface area of the triangular prism and round to the nearest tenth. So we're going to begin the same way we did last time. Always start with our formula. So the total surface area is equal to the perimeter of the base times the height plus 2 times the area of the base. So when I look at my triangular prism, I notice that in order for me to find the perimeter of the base, or the perimeter of this triangle, I need to know the length of the hypotenuse. So that tells me that I have an extra step that I'm going to have to do. So in order to do that, I notice it is a right triangle. And I also know that whenever I have a right triangle with a missing side, I need to use Pythagorean theorem. So if I take, this is my A, my B, and I know that that's going to be my hypotenuse because it's directly across from my right angle. So whenever I can substitute those values in, go ahead and square them. Oops. Add them up, and then take the square root to determine that x is about 16.97. Now that I know the length of x, I can use that to find the perimeter of that triangular base. So if I go ahead to find the perimeter, I just need to add up all the sides. So 2 of the sides were 12, so 12 plus the 16.97. When I add those together, I get a perimeter of 40.97, or 40 and 97/100. I also know that the height of the prism was 8 millimeters. Now, the only thing I have left to figure out in order to put it into my formula is the area of the base. So I'm going to move these off. To find the area of the base, and the base is a triangle, I need to find 1/2 of the base times the height, or 1/2 of 12 times 12. That gives me my 3 pieces of information that I needed to substitute into my formula. So once I've done that, here we go. So I have the perimeter of the base times the height of the base plus 2 times the area of the base, which is 1/2 of 12 times 12. That tells me that my total surface area is equal to 327.76 for that portion, plus my 2 bases, which were 144, to give me a final total surface area of 471 8/10. Now this was actually 471 76/100, but the directions tell me to round to the nearest tenth. So 471 8/10 millimeters squared. Now we have some examples of cylinders. At the top, you can see the right cylinder, and you can see the oblique cylinder. At the bottom, we're just looking at the lateral surface area. You'll notice, again, this time the perimeter of the base is the circumference. It's a little bit different formula. And the lateral surface area is the rectangle in between those 2 bases. Notice one length of the side of that rectangle is the circumference, and the other side is the height. Surface area of a cylinder. So here we've got 2 different types of surface area. The lateral surface area of a cylinder, L equals 2 pi RH, where R is the radius and H is the height. And then the total surface area, which is 2 pi RH plus 2 pi R squared. It's basically the lateral surface area again, plus the area of the 2 bases. In our example, it tells us that the diameter of the cylinder is 6 centimeters and the height is 4.8 centimeters. So let's just add those to our picture. I'm going to put it right there. So the first thing I need to do is write my formula. If I'm looking for lateral surface area, that would be 2 pi RH. Now, my formula calls for radius, but the example gave me the diameter. So I know that if the diameter is 6, that means the radius is going to be 3. They also told me that the height was 4.8 centimeters. All I need to do now is take those values and substitute them into my formula. So 2 pi times 3, because that's the radius, times the height, which is 4.8. Once I've done that, I can get an estimated value of the lateral surface area, which is about 90 and 4800 centimeters squared. Now we want to look at the total surface area. For the total surface area, we're going to write the formula again. 2 pi RH plus 2 pi r squared. This time, I've already found the lateral surface area, and if you remember, the first part of this equation is the lateral surface area plus the area of the two bases. So I'm just going to cheat, take that value, and substitute it in. Now all I need to do is find the area of the circular base. So I have just substituted in. I substituted in 3 instead of 6 because I know that my formula is calling for a radius, not the diameter. Once I've done that, I can get an estimated surface area of 147 and 300 centimeters squared. I've got another example of a triangular prism. If you'd like to, go ahead and pause the video and try it on your own. So I'm going to start with the lateral surface area. So I've got the lateral surface area formula. I wanted to start with that one because I know that if I find the lateral, that will help me find the total surface area later. So to start, I know I need the perimeter of the base times the height. So the perimeter of the triangular base, I would need to add up the sides. Well, I know 2 of the sides, and I also notice that there's a right angle here, which means that I can use Pythagorean theorem. I also notice that 2 of the sides are 3 and 4, and I can remember a Pythagorean triple that is a 3, 4, 5 triangle, which means that the hypotenuse is 5. Now that I know that the hypotenuse is 5, I can find the perimeter of that triangular base by simply adding them together. So the perimeter of that triangular base is 3 plus 4 plus 5, which gives me 12. I also know that the height of the prism is 2. So when I substitute those values in, I get a lateral surface area of 24 feet squared. Since I know my lateral surface area, that's going to make my total surface area a little bit easier. So my total surface area, for the formula, I need the lateral surface area, or perimeter of the base times the height, plus 2 times the area of the base. Well, I already know the lateral surface area, so I really only need to find the area of the base. So the area of the base is 1/2 the base times the height in order to find the area of that triangle. So if I'm substituting it in, I have 1/2 3 times 4, or 6, because it's half of 12. Now that I have the area of the base, I can substitute that in. So my final formula is total surface area equals 24 plus 2 times the area of one of those bases, or 6. So I have 24 plus 12, which gives me 36 feet squared. While that was our last example, we do have a couple reminders about area formulas. We didn't have a whole lot of polygons that we didn't know the area formulas for, so just quick reminders. Remember, when you're trying to find the area of a rectangle or a square, either way, you're going to have area is equal to base times height. Remember, if this is a square, these are both the same, so you could just say s squared. If you're finding the area of a triangle, it's 1/2 base times the height. The base and the height are the 2 sides that make the right angle, or the 2 pieces of the triangle that make the right angle. The area of a circle is pi times the radius squared. Remember, if they give you the diameter, you're going to have to cut it in half. And lastly, if you remember from last week, we talked about the area of a polygon. With the area of a polygon is equal to 1/2 of the apothem times p for the perimeter. Remember, the apothem is the distance from the center to a side that makes a right angle. Thank you. Have a good day.